Obianuju is the stunning, enigmatic woman every man in Umu's dreams of marrying. But beneath her perfect smile lies a disturbing secret, one that can destroy anyone who gets too close to her. It was on a cool Harmattan morning that Obianuju returned to Umu's. The red dust of the earth was still sleeping, and dew clung to the elephant grass like sacred tears. The rooster had just finished announcing the second crow when the old Mazda pickup truck rolled into the village square, coughing and groaning like a reluctant elder forced from bed. Villagers paused, traders arranging tomatoes, boys carrying firewood, the town crier leaning on his staff. All eyes turned as the truck door creaked open. A foot, pale like the underbelly of a yam, touched the ground. Then another. And then she stepped down fully. Obianuju. A name that had once caused heartbreak and heated gossip before she vanished into the wind like a ghost. She was taller now. Her waist, still as slender as a talking drum, swayed with the hypnotic grace of river water. Her skin glowed with that rare richness that made women envious and men foolish. Her hair flowed in long natural coils, bound in gold thread. But it wasn't her beauty that froze everyone. It was her eyes. They were honey-colored. Not brown. Not hazel. But the exact golden hue of melted palm oil under sunlight. They held ancient things you couldn't name without cursing yourself. The driver of the pickup, a nervous middle-aged man who never introduced himself, hastily dropped her single black trunk and sped off, as if a devil clung to his rearview mirror. Obianuju didn't flinch. She looked around slowly, drinking in the village square, the ancient Iroko tree that stood like a judge, the broken well, the rusted gong on the shrine's door. She whispered, "Home." It had been 10 years. 10 years since she disappeared the night her father died. 10 years since the fire that consumed their compound under strange circumstances. 10 years since the villagers stopped speaking her name aloud. But now, she was back. Mama Ijeoma was the first to speak. "Jesus of Nazareth," she breathed. "Obianuju, is that really you?" Obianuju turned. Her smile was soft but unreadable. "Good morning, Mama Ijeoma. You've not aged a day." A lie. The old woman now had a back bent like a shriveled banana leaf. "My chi. What are you doing here?" "I came to bury the past," Obianuju said simply. Mama Ijeoma frowned. "The past buried itself, my child. And some graves are better left sealed." Obianuju only smiled again and picked up her trunk. She walked through the village like a queen returning to her abandoned kingdom. Children followed her at a distance. Dogs whimpered and backed away. The town elders, Okonkwo the headman, Ova the priest, and 2 other custodians of Umu's tradition, watched her from the council hut. "She walks like her mother," Okonkwo murmured. "She smells like fire," added Ova, narrowing his eyes. "May the gods not punish us for the sins of our forgetfulness," whispered another. Obianuju reached her father's compound. What was left of it? The once proud mud house had crumbled, leaving a skeleton of walls and half a zinc roof. Wild vines claimed the yard. A palm tree stood where the kitchen had been, and the ancestral shrine was covered in black mold. She dropped her trunk gently. Then knelt and kissed the earth. "I am here," she said. Something rustled in the bushes. A small black goat emerged, stared at her, then turned and ran. That night, the village buzzed with tales. She walked into her father's ruins like she owns the land. "I heard the goat that saw her hasn't eaten since." The bird stopped chirping when she passed. Old Chief Okonkwo summoned a council meeting under the moon. "She must be washed. Something about that girl, it is not natural." "But she hasn't done anything wrong," said young Elder Chika. "She was born wrong," Ova growled. "You don't remember the midwife's scream during her birth? You don't remember the 3 cows that died that week? Her mother was a strange one too. We must be careful." The next morning, a handsome young man named Uche decided to visit her. He had heard stories, of course. Everyone had. But Uche was bold, charming, and the village's most eligible bachelor. Tall, with shoulders carved by famine and arms that could cradle firewood like feathers. He brought a basket of fruits and approached the compound whistling a sweet tune. Obianuju was sitting by the half-rain doorway, weaving a strange pattern with palm fronds. "Good morning, beautiful stranger," Uche said with a grin. She looked up. "Are you a stranger to yourself?" He laughed. "I am Uche. And I come in peace." Obianuju tilted her head. "Then sit. But don't cross the threshold." He obeyed. They spoke for hours. About the village. The trees. The stars. Her eyes never blinked too much. Her laughter always had a half-second delay. Uche was bewitched. He left with fire in his chest. That night, he began to cough. By morning, he was dead. No wounds. No blood. Just a peaceful face and eyes wide open, as if staring into something no man should see. The village wailed. Women held their sons tight. Men avoided her path. And Obianuju. She simply wept into her palm fronds. The elders gathered again. "It has begun," Ova said. "We warned you," shouted Mama Ijeoma. "She is cursed." "But how?" Chika asked. "She only spoke to him." "That is all it takes," said Ova. "Her beauty is a trap. Her return is a sign. The old gods are restless." Chief Okonkwo sighed. "We need answers. We need the oracle." Everyone turned to the shrine. The oracle hadn't been consulted in 10 years. Not since the night Obianuju vanished. They sent for the oracle the next day. And the oracle screamed at the mere mention of her name.